Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 53 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So I kind of thought of a question asking, if I were to be a lazy investor, like what would that entail? So to me, like looking back on my 8-year real estate investing career, so for lazy stock investing, it's going to be index funds. So for me, it would be Vanguard. And what I would do is I would dollar cost average every 2 weeks, every month, every week, whatever cadence you want and feel comfortable with. And I basically would, like, let's say I did $1,000 a month, and I would automate it every single month from my bank account into my Vanguard account. And then from there, it would split into my three fund portfolio. So I have the total US stock market. I think it's VT-SAX, which is about 70% of the $1,000. 25% would go to the international index fund, and then 5% would go to the total bond market. And I just would automate that every single month, set it and forget it. So that's the laziest way to invest in index funds, in my opinion. And then, like, if you want to take it a little bit more advanced, not really. Like for me, it'll just be like, pick a stock that you like. So for me, it was Apple, and just buy that consistently, right? It could be Apple, it could be Nvidia, right? Nvidia is hot right now. But for me, I bought a bunch of Apple in 2013, and it's done well, right? Since, 12 years later. And Nvidia, maybe I'm going to buy 8,000 in Nvidia in my Roth, and then I'm pretty sure I'll do well in the next 5 to 10 years. So, basically just keep it really simple. Like the most simplest is index funds. Do that first. And then obviously if you can pick a stock, you can pick one or two that you like, and then just dollar cost average that as well. That's the lazy way to invest. I don't have time to research stocks. I don't want to day trade. That's too much effort, right? So that's lazy in terms of investing in stocks. So you can apply that to whatever. You can do that for whole life insurance. You automate it, set it, forget it. Your 401k, set it, forget it. IRA, set it, forget it, right? So that's the lazy way to invest in stocks, right? Simple and easy. If it's simple, it works, right? Keep it simple, stupid. So now let's go into real estate. What's a lazy real estate investor? So the lazy real estate investor would be, number one, it's probably buying turnkey real estate, right? And that's where I got started. My first 3 single family homes, I literally bought it MLS. I offered asking price, and it's turnkey. I just bought it, I moved into it, house hacked it, moved out of it, rented it out, right? And over time, it appreciated. And it's the same tenant. I literally rented out my properties at below market rents, still the same tenants to this day. And that's what makes it lazy, right? So I got a good tenant that takes care of the property. And, obviously it takes initial work to find a tenant, to find a property manager, to do all that vetting. But once you found a good one, it gets more passive, right? But it's just buying turnkey real estate, not dealing with renovations, because that's probably the most stressful part. I was renovating my 26-unit apartment complex, my mobile home park, my 20-unit apartment complex, 3 different contractors, 3 different property managers. It was stressful, right? I was way more active, right? But if you buy turnkey real estate, it's pretty easy, right? You buy turnkey real estate, you have property management, they rent it out. Like my Huntsville, Alabama property that I bought, it's pretty passive, right? I literally bought it cash, super easy. I'm just waiting for it to get rented out. Same property manager that I'm using. And once it's rented out, I'm just going to engage a lender and do a cash out refinance and do my lazy BRRRR, right? So that kind of leads into my lazy BRRRR. I'm so lazy that I want to recycle my capital without doing a single renovation. So how am I doing that? I'm buying deals cash. So what's cash? It could be actual cash you have. It could be a line of credit against your stocks. It could be a line of credit that you got. It could be a HELOC on your rental property. It can be a personal line of credit, whatever it looks like, right? I'm basically buying these deals all cash. And what I do is I basically wait for Lennar to give a 5% discount at the end of about a 5 to 10% discount on the end of quarter sales to meet their quotas. And on top of that, what I do is I offer cash because they give you an additional 10 to 15%. So if you do it well, you can get about 20 to 25% discount on that deal. And assuming that they honor your original purchase price, you just basically bought a deal at 25% discount And then from there, you basically, that's the BRRRR, right? Like, you got a deal at 70% ARV, and basically you just bought it right, and then I just get a lender, and assuming they honor the original price, you can pull out all your money, and then now you own a deal with $0 in the deal. You did zero work because you did zero renovation. The only work you did was you bought it at a discount because you paid cash and because you got it at a discount, and assuming the sales comps are there. So you have to make sure the sales comps are there. So like for me, I think the sales comps are around 320 based on like 3 months sales comps of the same model, same home. I'm going to shoot for 340. It's a little more aggressive, but I did see some sale comps out there for other properties that could potentially stretch it. And then I want to pull my money out. But even if they appraise at 320, which is what I think it'll get for sure. So 320 is my worst end, 340 is my high end. Even if it's 320, I end up leaving $16,000 in the deal, I think, to buy a deal. That's low leverage, right? I could say that's better than like nothing, than putting like 25% down, which is like $50,000, $60,000. So, it's a smaller down payment. So I'm leveraging more. But if I get all my money out, I just go pull that money out, and I told my realtor this, I'm gonna pull my money out, I'm gonna buy another one all cash. Then you can rent out another one, and then you get the commission from that one too, plus the property management from that one. So that's kind of the strategy that I've been trying to do, right, with my lazy BRRRR. So that's the lazy way to invest, right? And then same with apartments. Like if I were to buy an apartment lazy, it's not syndication, right? But buying a turnkey apartment, same thing, right? Like syndication sounds lazy, but you could lose money too. So obviously if you have a great syndicator that has a great track record and does well, from my experience, the bigger the name on YouTube for apartment syndicators, the worse returns they've had. So if you have somebody that's a great syndicator, has great returns, it's not a Ponzi scheme, that's probably the lazy way to go, right? Like that's what the big celebrities do, like LeBron James, Stephen Curry. They invest in private equity. They just put their money in there with an operator, and they invest their money into businesses and whatnot. So at that point it becomes easier. So that's kind of the lazy way to invest, right? So for me, I say pick what works for you. Like I had a season where I was a lazy investor because I was still learning, right? And then I became a season where I was very active as an investor, where I was renovating my apartments. It was almost like a full-time job on top of my full-time job. And, so I was active, but I had better returns, right? Obviously, because I was active, I was able to double the value of my apartment complex, put in that sweat equity. So I made $800,000 in appreciation, and then now at cash flow $6,000 a month. But now I'm at the point where I don't want to put in as much sweat equity. I'm kind of taking it easier. So that's why I'm kind of doing my lazy BRRRR. Hopefully it's the best of both worlds, where I can leverage. I'm buying something turnkey, and I can recycle my capital, right? So even if I put some money in the deal, that's okay, and I just can replenish the money and then go buy another one, right? Or use another line of credit that I have to cover the remaining amount of money that I don't want to put in, right? But if this lazy BRRRR takes me 3 months, I can save up another $16,000, right? Between me and Christine and the cash flow that I get. So that's kind of something that I've been kind of doing. So to me, you have to invest in a way that's sustainable for a long period of time. If it's a lazy way, it's okay. If it's active, great, do it. You can build faster, right? If I didn't have a W-2 job, yeah, I could probably build a little faster than what I was doing, assuming I had the active income coming in to support it. So anyways, just want to do a quick video about the lazy way to invest, whether that's stocks, whether that's real estate, to kind of open up your mindset to that. And if you want to join my school community on a free trial, it's $1 a day afterwards. Get one-on-one coaching, mentorship, newsletter, send me an email. Click on my link tree down below. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, and hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.